Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Board of Selectmen meeting. Today is May 23rd. I'd like to ask everybody to please rise for the invocation, and then we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Almighty God, we stand before you, acknowledging your presence and the need for your wisdom. Father, we thank you for the blessings you have bestowed on our community. We ask for wisdom and discernment as we endeavor to govern within our community. We ask that you would do the same for all boards and committees. And Lord, we ask that you would aid this board of selectmen to work together, not on any personal agendas, but for all the citizens of our community. We know that any decision we make will have an impact on all residents of our town. We ask for your blessings, and we each pray to you in the manner we each taught, while giving you all praise and glory. Amen. Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Chief, come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening. Have a seat.
So I hear we have an appointment.
Yes, sir, we do. Good evening, everybody. I bring before you tonight a reserve officer who currently works in Groveland. And Nate is a 25-year resident of Georgetown, and he had recently relocated to Haverhill with his soon-to-be wife, Kate, and their two children, Lindsay and Joseph. He's a graduate of Georgetown High School, year 2007. Went through the Reserve Academy in 2012 and became a reserve officer in Groveland. The exciting thing for the town of Georgetown, not only is he a local resident, but he's already trained in a similar community of similar size. And he's probably got 4 years of experience under his belt. Probably the biggest accomplishment for Nate is he's graduated from the full-time academy as well. He put himself through the academy, self-sponsored, through the town of Groveland. So he's a part-time officer by hours and wage, but he's an experienced full-time officer because he's academy trained. So I bring him here tonight to replace an officer who recently replaced our pending transfer to Beverly, and that will bring our complement back up to 16 reserve officers. Just as an aside, I'll be bringing 2 more before July to get our complement back up to 18 where we need to be. So if the board so desires, I would certainly like to present Nate here. If you have any questions for him, I have the utmost confidence that he'll do a great job here in Georgetown.
So do we have any questions for Nate?
I do.
Sure.
I just said, just for clarification, my own mind. So you would still be a reserve officer in Groveland at the same time?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything you want to tell us?
Not really, just that I'm very happy to be back here. I grew up here. My family's from here and still have family ties here. I just look forward to working for the department. I hear very good things. They're very well respected. And I just want to thank you for the
Thank you
opportunity.
for that.
There you go. Smart move. Lesson 1.
Starting out right.
Starting off perfect. There you go. All right, so any questions for Nate?
You know, generally, it's the police officers questioning me. This is a different role
Yeah.
for me. So
All right, Gary. Well, we certainly will go with the recommendation of our chief, at least myself personally.
Yeah.
I'd entertain a motion if anybody wants to make that motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to appoint Nathaniel Peabody as a reserve officer to the Georgetown Police Department for the term to expire, is this correct, June 30, 2016?
Yes, I'll resubmit the list first so that everybody's on the same page.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Welcome aboard.
Great,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so
Good
much.
luck.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we're going to take our show downstairs for some photographs so
Yeah,
that
absolutely,
you
yeah.
can get to the business
No,
at
that's-
hand for the town,
That's
and so we
fine.
can have some fun with the kids.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Again.
Well, it was the date that
Thank you.
Congratulations.
so it's gonna be at 9 AM.
All right.
Him, Sean
Okay, so we have
called me.
some other people in the audience, so I'm gonna bring them up. This way we can, we'll have an empty room.
Yeah,
So, I think we have a request for a common victual license from Jeff and Maria's Ice Cream at American Legion Park. So, the question is, it's down below under appointments and approvals.
Treasurer's office and town clerk. The other thing I don't have is oh,
All right, so, Parks and Rec, come on up, Joe. I take it you're representing Parks and Rec?
I am.
And, so, Jeff, come on up, we'll make you sweat.
Got dressed up just for you guys today.
Jeff's well-known to the community, Jeff and Maria.
How are ya?
So just state your name. Full name, Jeff.
Jeff Boragine
Okay. Address?
of the house,
Yeah, where you live.
36 Elm Street, Georgetown, Mass.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Joe Susi, obviously, right?
Need my dress?
No, don't need your address. Parks and Rec, right?
Yep.
Okay, so,
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's
Mr.
my
Chairman.
house address, okay.
all right, well, welcome, and my next question would be, do we have everything that we need, Janet, as far as filings are concerned?
just waiting for the license agreement with the
Right.
Park and Rec.
Right, and I believe Mike sent an email to us through the town email, and we need to get that signed by June 2nd, I think he said, by Park and Rec and him, correct?
Yes.
Right, and we're gonna meet, our next meeting is this Wednesday, where we'll vote on it. And now that the town and Jeff and Maria's, I believe, are on the same page as far as the contract, then, you know, because you sent it to me, and it's the same one that he sees, that if both parties are okay, then we'll just vote on it on Wednesday, and I don't see any problem for that going through.
All right, so we can go ahead and do our vote?
Yeah, they have, tonight is the common victuals license. They needed to enter into a license agreement with the Parks and Recreation Commission to utilize the ice cream stand, because it's a
I got it.
public, public property for private use.
And that agreement will spell out hours, who's responsible for what, and
It's all-
everything else.
it's all done up.
So
Yeah.
just, in our case, it's just a common vic license,
Yep.
and then the rest of it gets ironed out, which Mike's, I think, has already seen some of that
I
stuff.
think it's already ironed out.
It's already
Yes.
ironed out.
Yeah,
Okay,
just a matter,
good, so we have an
just a matter of the
agreement.
commission
Good.
voting on it. Yep.
Well, we appreciate what we're doing, what you're doing and stepping up to do it for the town, add some more value to the Parks and Rec area, make it more enjoyable for people to use the parks. So, we got double dog plate going or just ice cream?
Just ice cream,
Okay.
just ice cream.
Yeah, my
For now,
favorite.
for now.
My favorite's like the double dog
Yeah.
plate, that. And I have my own little ice cream sundae down there, but they know
Sundae.
the regular, the surface
Should
sundae.
I ask for a
As you
surface
can
Sunday? I got
tell,
one.
as you can tell right here. Anyway, all right, any questions from the board?
So, I assume you're gonna be open every day during the weekend?
It's gonna be weekends only,
Weekends
Friday,
only.
Saturday, and Sunday through the months of June, July, and August.
Okay.
Great.
And you're
Great.
gonna,
Yeah, we're gonna, and also,
DJ.
we're gonna do, some DJ entertainment at the park. We're looking at the first, we haven't really discussed it so much, but the first and third Sunday of June, July, and August, considering there's no bands
no bands this year.
booked this year, right?
Really? We're not having a concert series?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but that's why I'm gonna provide some DJ, music for everybody, all the way, whatever, everything, country, classic rock, top 40.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like Boston nightclub at the park. It's gonna be music for all
So
all
your
families.
brother's not
Yeah.
coming.
Sure.
Who? My brother?
Is that Ralphie, your brother?
Yeah.
He won't be there then.
No.
All right, any other
That's
questions
right, Mr.
for,
Chair.
yes, Steve?
Yeah, in terms of the upkeep of the stand, is that, removal of trash and just overall upkeep, is that on the town, or is that?
Well,
Is it-
for our area, we're gonna, yeah, like I said, an agreement. I mean, we're gonna, take care of our stuff. Obviously clean up around our entire area, trash free. Like I said, on downtime, we're definitely gonna walk around the park and help out best we can, picking up trash all around the park.
Okay, great.
Because there will definitely be some downtime and we want to take care of it. Definitely.
The goal is for the stand to be open for the baseball party, which is
4th?
the 4th of June, the big baseball kickoff party.
Good.
And
Yeah, I think that will be a good enhancement to the park.
we're very excited. We're very excited about it. Yeah.
Steve, we all set with
I'm
your
all set,
questions?
yes.
Okay, Joe?
I do have a question.
Sure.
So, Joe, have you spoken to the chief about those dates where Jeff is going to be DJing? You know, because I'm assuming it's weekends, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's looking forward to it. My only concern about that, and by the way, I'm one of them, right? I'll be
Right.
down there. My only concern is that usually, you know, around the weekends, there's more people from out of town, you know, if you know what I mean. And, you know, DJing and you know, song and everything else gets people, you know, maybe a little too riled up. I really feel like, you know, the chief has to know what those dates are,
Okay.
because we might need a few officers kind of, but not patrolling, but maybe visit the
Passing
area
through.
a little bit more often than normal.
We haven't
okay?
set on those dates yet, so. we'll
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
we'll just, definitely Wednesday we can discuss that. And also, I was thinking of a time frame between 5 to 8 p.m.
Mhm.
is to be the music time frame. If that's okay, I don't know, any earlier, whatever works best for the town.
Yeah.
Definitely don't wanna go any later because of houses around there and stuff like that. Unless they wouldn't mind. If you wanna go till like midnight, doesn't matter.
No.
Oh, stop it. What are you doing?
Nah, 5 to 8.
Let them vote.
Yeah.
Don't add it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, any other questions for the applicant? All right, hearing none, then somebody want to make an motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to accept the common victualers license for Jeff and Maria's Ice Cream Stand to operate at the American Legion Park on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with a possibility of DJ entertainment
To expire.
to expire,
It's in here, August,
yes,
August.
December
August 3rd,
31st.
in the, okay, go ahead.
So this one here says
Go ahead.
to expire December 31st, 2016.
Victuals license, that's
Yeah.
fine. It's a
Okay,
different
I have a
license.
motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All right, we have a second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you.
Welcome
Looking
back
forward
to
to it,
town.
John.
Yeah, welcome back, thank you. We're very happy. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
All right, moving right along, we have a warrant to be signed. I don't know if everybody's got a chance to take a look at that. If not, it's downstairs, or is it with us, Janet? The
Warrant's downstairs
Warrant's
in the office.
downstairs, so stop by, take a look at that. I have minutes from the executive session of May 16th to remain confidential. And they're both May, just one set of, May, and overall ones for May 16th, or they're both the same? I'm
No,
confused by
there's the
that line.
executive session of May 16th.
And then there's the regular session, yeah, that's what I thought, okay. All right, so I'd entertain a motion to accept the minutes for the executive session for May 16th.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. May 16th, regular meeting minutes. Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chair, I would make a motion to accept the minutes of the Board of Selectmen meeting dated May 16th, 2016.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing, yes, sir,
I do,
discussion.
yeah.
Yes, Mr. Sapp.
So in terms of the vote for the previous business
Yep,
of the board, I believe I abstained on that, and I think we had that it was unanimous vote.
what page you on?
Page,
Uh,
in the bottom right, the page number.
yeah, I think it's 3.
Three?
Is that the minutes from February
Oh, warrant and minutes?
17?
Mr. Fallon, Dawn, second. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
yep.
Yeah, May
Okay, so-
2nd.
May 16th, yeah.
Yeah, we had, that was 3-2, right? 2 abstentions?
Mhm.
3-4, okay. Okay, so we have to vote to change that, right? Because we have a motion and a second on the floor, so I'd entertain a motion to amend the previous motion to include the changes on page 3.
Mr. Chairman, I would withdraw the original motion.
It's been
and we'll
seconded.
just-
It's been seconded, though.
Well, he can withdraw a second.
You want to withdraw the second?
Yeah, I didn't think you need to, but I'll withdraw the second.
Okay, so that motion's off the
But
table.
If he
Right,
feels that's
so-
easier.
All right, go.
So, Mr. Chairman, I would move to accept the minutes from the Board of Selectmen meeting, May 16th, 2016, as amended.
Okay. Second?
Second?
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr.
while we're talking about minutes, I just wanted to point out, because we don't normally do this, where we said the May 16th, 2016 executive session minutes to remain confidential.
Yep.
They will remain confidential until the activity that was discussed would no longer affect what we were talking about.
Okay.
But at some point in time, once that has passed, we have to bring the minutes back, and then you will vote to release them.
Okay.
They can't stay confidential
Okay.
all permanently.
Yeah, generally.
Okay.
All right.
Because when we, what happens, when we approve executive session minutes, they become public as soon as you
Right.
approve them,
Right.
unless you say they're to remain confidential.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that clarification. All right,
Do we need
correspondence.
a motion for that, or?
Do we?
No.
It was in the.
We already
You're
did.
just letting us know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a notice from the town clerk of the resignation of Joe Bonavita from the Finance Advisory Board. No action necessary, but thanks, Joe, for your service on that board, and welcome to the Board of Selectmen. I think we said that last time, but do it again. We got the thank you letter that we had asked Mike to prepare for us. Everybody had a chance to take a look at that, so we would, pass that around and sign it, if everybody's in agreement with it.
Yes, for the corners, absolutely.
Right, for the Kiwanis, I don't think we need a motion on that, so, when we pass that around so we can get that signed. All right, community sign policy, policy number 5. Everybody get a chance to look at that? And-
Actually,
I
Mr.
didn't
Chair,
see any
we
changes.
can
Yeah.
pass over that,
Pass over?
because
Okay.
I did get some comments from Steve.
Yep,
Hadn't had time to incorporate them. I also went back and talked with the sign provider to get some more information on
Security
the
stuff and everything.
security and technical stuff.
All right.
And I haven't received that yet, so we'll move that to our next meeting.
all right. So it'll remain on the agenda for the next meeting. Memorial Day observance reminder and proclamation. We have the letter from Doug Dawes, commander of the Renee Gagnon American Legion Post. Doug, you want to read that?
Want to read it again?
Yeah, why don't we read it again?
Okay, as a reminder.
Yep.
As a reminder, the Georgetown Renee J. Gagnon American Legion Post number 211 and Veterans of Foreign War Post number 7608 invite the Georgetown Board of Selectmen and all Georgetown residents to participate with us in the observance of Memorial Day on Monday, May 30, 2016. The Selectmen's proclamation will be placed in the ceremonial agenda at Harry Murch Veterans Park. This is the schedule of events. Now, on last Thursday, we did place flags in the Harmony Cemetery, the Union Cemetery, and the Old Byfield Parish Church Cemetery on veterans' graves. I will tell the community that on May 26th, there is a Georgetown Middle High School Memorial Day presentation at 8:20 in the morning. On May 27th, there's a Memorial Day presentation by the Pembroke School students at 9 o'clock. All veterans are encouraged and invited to attend. On the 29th will be the American Legion Poppy Drive. And then on Monday, May 30th, the veterans will assemble at the Georgetown Park and Ride at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we will do the cemetery ceremonies. Then at 9:30, we'll reassemble at the Georgetown Middle High School. At 10 o'clock, we will proceed on the commemorative march to from the high school to the Public Safety Building, from there to the Civil War Memorial, and then to Harry Murch Veterans Park. After the ceremonies are concluded, the veterans will assemble, go back to the middle high school, and then we invite all those who participated and attended to join us at the VFWs for some refreshments. Thank you.
Great, thank you, sir. So that should be, again, we should hopefully have some great weather for that.
I
I don't know
hope
what the
so.
weather forecast is, but,
And that invitation is inclusive of Dan Coderre, who's the commander of the VFW.
and do we have a proclamation, Janet, that'll be read? Did I see that yet?
There is-
You wanna hold on
Oh,
to it so
we
that
did
you...
sign it. Yeah, I'm gonna, yeah,
Oh,
probably
we
take care of this. Okay.
I gotta
Yeah,
sign it.
oh, there you go. Okay,
We don't want you running around.
right, exactly. All right, Selectmen's report, strategic planning update. Mike, anything to report on that?
I communicated with Kim Wells, our consultant. We're just trying to get a date that all the steering committee members or a large enough number can meet with her and finalize draft goals and objectives.
Okay. And then there'll be another public meeting?
There won't be
No
any
more
public
public.
meetings.
Okay, we're done.
Those will be,
There'll be public meetings, but they, right?
yeah,
Post a
there won't
public
be a Saturday
Right,
morning. and
public,
Not
participation.
unless we, take it a step further and go, the intent was to get the public input to the steering committee and then come up with a strategic plan from that.
All right. Okay. And do we know, is it representation from this board, is there anybody on that committee?
Steve is,
Okay, I'm just making sure.
and Phil was.
Right,
If-
And I've attended some, one or two of those
yeah,
meetings.
me too, but not the steering piece of it,
No,
neither
no,
the
no.
actual group that puts it all together.
The only ones that, Gary, were you at the steering
Not
meeting?
any steering committee
No.
meetings, no.
Okay. All right, well, we have Steve there to keep us updated, and I'll try my best, depending upon schedule.
Well, I'll send
Try to
out
get
a email and get dates and times for availability.
Okay. Senior Community Center, Senior Center update, anything to report, Mike?
The general contractor, got his, approvals for submittals for shop drawings, and he's, got the equipment ordered. The HVAC equipment had to be ordered,
Okay.
so the order's in, and I don't know what the timeframe is for the fulfillment of that order, but
Okay.
we're moving forward.
All right, great.
Okay.
Okay, next thing.
Mr. Chair?
Yes,
can I
sir.
just ask?
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
So we're still on track for October,
Fall.
November?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
So, I had asked Mike and Janet to put a list of things together, as far as committees that, we, meaning selectmen, serve on, and I think that's number 9 in your packet. So, the Affordable Housing Trust, is a 2-year appointment. Phil, by the virtue of him not being on this board, his term basically has expired. However, I think until a replacement is added, Mike, can he still he's been sworn, and can he still serve on that, on the affordable housing?
He can serve until
Until
replaced.
replacement,
Yeah.
right, okay. So, that's 2 areas, that's 1 area with 2 appointments from this board. Community Preservation has been Gary. His appointment expires in 16, which is this June. Economic Development's been Gary. Historical Commission was Phil. OPEB is vacant. I guess it's a vacant chair of, the vacant chair.
It's not vacant anymore.
There you go. Okay, alrighty then. School Building Committee, we need somebody to serve. Is that committee still up and running and active? The school's
Yes.
been done? Okay, so they're still working on some things. Traffic Review Committee has been Gary, and Veterans District Representative has been Phil. So, that being said, I think, that we should take a look at this. Email me privately to let me know which ones you wanna be on, if you wanna remain. Gary, you got a lot of them.
If the board still desires, I'd be very happy to remain on them. I would like to, think with the strategic planning, maybe we may wanna get more out of economic development, but going forward, again, traffic review, we've just started that up, we haven't even had a meeting.
Yeah.
But, we've
Okay.
got all three now are sworn in, so hopefully we'll get that rolling, but if the board so desires, I'd be happy to remain on those three.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one. All right, I don't think there's any emergency on these in particular.
Oh, we
But
got
I-
till the end of June, yeah.
Yeah, well, we have two members too, so I wanna give them an opportunity to serve. Not that I wanna push anybody out, Gary, but are you ever home? I mean, you know, you gotta, you're on all these committees. You know, I wanted everybody to take a look at it and let me know what their interest is, and then we can take it as a board. And Gary, you've certainly stepped up to say that you're interested in economic development. I know Steve has been very interested in economic development also, so, you know, and there's maybe other areas where people on this board are interested in these seats. I think one of them that we could probably fill tonight, speaking with Doug, is the Veterans District Representative, unless anybody really has, you know, a desire to fulfill that. But I think, you know, Doug in his role would serve that committee quite well, so.
Just a
Yes, sir.
question?
Yep.
It does say that it expires at that date. I mean, do we need a resignation from Phil, or
That's
does
a good
that
question.
expire at the end of the selectman's term?
Well, I believe the way they operate is that each community has a selectman
Yeah.
on the board of directors. There may be a couple of communities that have
I'd
community
be happy
representatives.
to nominate you tonight, but I just, where this is saying it's 6/30/2016.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Phil has already resigned.
Oh, he has?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's open.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if he's
I've-
resigned, then we're
I've
good.
been to a meeting or two.
Are those, I'd have to look at the other list. Are those, do you know off
I
the
don't know
top
if
of
he's
your head?
resigned with the town clerk and he's been sworn in.
Well, he
in June.
resigned from the Veterans District.
Right.
But he has to put a
Still
letter in with
sworn
the town, yeah,
with the
he's,
town
he's
clerk, so
yet until
officially
his,
would be
All right,
either two
Phil,
things
if you're
happen.
watching.
Either two things happen.
So
So
we
we can hold off on this then until
Meeting.
next
Probably
meeting.
should wait,
Yeah, let's wait on that. So, let me know, you know, let's get some, you know, general interest in what, in these particular committees. You can certainly attend the committee meetings and everything too, if you're really, interested, but these are the ones that I had asked, Janet and Mike to put together for us. So, take a look at that, get back to me, email me privately about if you have any interest in these, and then at our next meeting, we'll try to fill these in. Yes, sir, Gary.
Just a question, are they having any meetings before our next Board of Selectmen's meeting that you're aware of?
And affordable housing is,
No, well, I mean, the veterans,
Yes,
oh,
Wednesday. But I'm gonna go anyhow.
okay.
right, but you won't have an official vote on any matter, basically.
Probably not. I don't think there's anything to vote on.
Yeah, there's not that much to vote on. All right, so if you're gonna attend, and there's no pressing issue as far as the quorum or anything like that. All right, and then we have the appointment list, the overall, unless there's any other questions on this particular piece. We have the appointment list. You know, these are the, you know, our responsibilities to fill a lot of these. Some of them expire, you know, a good portion of these expire in June of 16, so we're gonna have to go through this. Are we asking for letters of interest, or do we know people, like last year, a couple of years ago, you put on there, you know.
Yeah, I have another
wants to-
spreadsheet, which, this is all the appointments and the elected officials, just for your you know, for you.
Mhm.
I'll do one that just has the Board of Selectmen appointees,
Right,
and, I
Okay.
was working on that one, so I'll have that one for the next meeting.
yeah, and it usually
And I'll send
says,
it out.
yes,
Yeah,
they're
and I have
interested
sent
in
an
it.
email to all the boards and committees, or at least the chair people, and asked
Okay.
them to check with their boards and let me know.
See if they're still
So
interested in serving.
I chased everybody down and
Okay.
try.
I mean, this is a major part of our responsibility, is to fill these, you know, the boards, and make these appointments. So we have to, you know, make sure that, like Janet said, she'll reach out to people, see if they're still interested
Yeah.
in returning.
And I've heard from
Mr.
some
Chair.
already.
Yes, sir.
If I could, do we have a description of these positions for the public? Just to give them an idea of what it would entail if they were volunteering and the amount of time that they would need to invest?
Good question.
I
We've never
think we
really
have a list
had,
of all. Sometimes we have some, usually if someone is interested, you know, they'll call, we'll send them, refer them to talk to the chairperson of the committee, and you know, they'll let them know what nights they meet on and how many, you know, how often they meet.
Okay.
So we kind of, if someone does have an interest, we kind of steer them that way.
Maybe if we could ask the chair of each committee just to draft up something, a quick summary and what commitment level is.
Sure.
I think that's a great suggestion. Because a lot of people have no idea, and that's why they don't, give any interest.
Okay. All right, if we could request that, Mike, that would be great. All right, so, we're not gonna make any appointments tonight, but take a look at that list, and great suggestion, so that people, we can have more and more people volunteer, so they know what they're getting themselves into. As far as the time commitment and what it takes to be a member, an active member and a productive member of a committee. I told you this one would be quick. Gary has another meeting to go to, too. We met last week, we covered some things. It was a pretty light agenda for tonight, so, the next meeting will be June 13th. I may have a conflict, I'll let everybody know on that, but if I'm, if not here, then you guys can certainly run the meeting. I might be a little bit late, we'll see how that goes, but, I'll do my best to get here. I think I have a work commitment on the 13th, but other than that, is there any other new business that we have not covered tonight that somebody would like to bring up?
If I could, Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
Yes, last week I think I provided what the goals I'd like to focus on for
Right.
the next year, so I wasn't sure if we were gonna have a meeting
Yeah,
to review those, the next meeting on the agenda,
Good-
yep.
Good point. I had asked that, I would probably be asking for goals from everybody, and it doesn't have to be a book. Just give me maybe 3 goals, things that you, 3 to 5 goals, bullet format that you'd like to accomplish over the next year. If that's, increase economic development, whatever that is. I would ask for that, by June 30th, if I could get that from everybody. Again, it's not intended to be a huge document, but, just so I have an idea, and I also state what my goals would be as the chair over the next year, and what I'd like to accomplish. I think it kind of gives us some goals, and it gives us some focus on some areas. I know that communication is certainly one. Whatever way we can improve communication for all, for this board, and everybody in town, to understand what we're trying to accomplish. And other boards too, like, we had some suggestions, we have other boards come in on a quarterly basis, give us just a 5-minute, hey, this is what we're doing, like Parks and Rec tonight, right? We had them in, was because of the Common Vic and their agreement with the, Jeff and Maria, but it would be good to hear from Parks and Rec and say, this is what we're focusing on. So I think it would be good for us to have goals as individuals, but also kind of as a team, so. So that's what I'm trying to get at, and again, I don't mean, it's not intended to have you sit down for 3 hours and hash out a whole essay, question. Basically, give me, 3 to 5 goals that you'd like to accomplish over this year coming up. And we'll see if we can't get those, do whatever we can to facilitate that and get that done. So, any other new business?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Mike?
the community compact signing was rescheduled to May 31st,
Okay, time?
9 a.m., Middleton Town Hall, 2nd floor.
Okay, so that's May, say it again, 31st.
31 at 9.
Yeah, I got it, 9 AM. Okay, I'll be on that.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I have one question. As far as the complete streets goes, we've submitted our letter of intent, right?
Yes.
And are we moving forward on developing a plan, or?
The way I understand it will work now is, will be assigned or given a grant to hire a consultant to develop the policy.
Right, okay.
So we haven't done.
But we haven't, okay, but so we're at that stage right now.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
But do we have to sign the compact for that?
Yeah.
But what I'm
The
signing is for
compact
the other
is-
thing, is for the financial forecast,
Yeah.
right? Or am I gonna sign for both?
We've already,
Did Phil already sign for the complete streets?
not for complete streets, no.
Okay, so we're signing
We
and,
have, Well, the complete streets is a best practice of the community compact,
I got it,
but
right.
it's also a separate standalone
Its own green, right.
program.
And
Okay.
we were hoping the new town planner would give us some help on that. Was that part of the?
Well, yeah, well, it's, the highway surveyor's gotta have
Okay.
a lot of input
Right.
to that,
Right.
more so
More of
than
a
the
Peter
planner.
Right.
Traffic Study Committee.
I think we'd get all the parties together anyway. I don't think it's.
Well, I know
it's a-
that Peter has some
one
ideas
focus. Right.
of how that money would be best used on different projects.
Well, this is even just developing the policy.
Right, no, I
first,
understand.
yeah.
Right. It's a pretty extensive
Mr. Chair.
process.
Do we have the opportunity to opt in and out of that complete streets, or, I know a lot of times when you, head into these, these types of programs, if there are any state mandates that are required, we may have this, block of money that we can do some research on, but then the actual, fulfillment of that program, there may be state mandates that we can't fulfill, that we don't have the money for. So I don't know if that's like an in and all in, or if we have the opportunity to opt out of the.
May I?
Okay.
Sure.
The complete streets, as long as it continues to be funded, the town could be eligible for up to $400,000 a year for various projects.
Mhm.
There would be on the documents that we come up with would be X amount of no more than 5. So if something came to, let's say one project came to 400,000, then we would just go for the next year and ask for an additional grant. You don't have to ask for the grant, but you can. And so as long as that program is funded by the state, we'll be able to receive up to $400,000 a year.
And it's not anything that we have to opt out of. We're gonna,
No.
Okay.
through that compact, we can become eligible for that
I
program.
understand his caution.
Right, understand, great,
Yeah.
right, we don't wanna be tying ourselves into something that's gonna require us to kick in a lot of money, agreed. And so far, at least the financial study, it's 100% grant,
It is, okay,
Yeah.
great.
so there's no matching on the,
Right.
then, they didn't talk about complete streets matching or anything like that, that was just 100% grant, right?
Yes.
The way I understand it,
Yeah, the way we
yes.
understood it,
So I
so,
went to
no
the,
other obligation other than.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, no, go ahead,
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead, you had
Um,
you were at the
I-
actual meeting.
Peter Durkee and I went to the session over at Northern Essex Community College. I believe that Lieutenant Hatch went to the one in Waltham some months ago. So it is an involved process, and but there's a lot of things that I've heard people talking about in town that they want, like sidewalks or
Mhm.
bike lanes or different things like this, that could be projects within projects and all that, that I know that the highway surveyor has some ideas about projects, but this is a long process to go into. But I just say that it is,
Yeah.
we'll go about it carefully. as a
Yeah,
board, and,
That was just
but
my
something
only
that can
comment was.
enhance the community
Sure.
like that, and it's paid for.
Yeah,
great.
no, absolutely, I mean, I'm all for it. Again, I just wanna make sure that we know what we're getting
Right.
into before we.
Okay.
It's like a great enhancement of the Chapter 90 money.
Right.
you know?
Right, exactly. All right, the
Mr.
last, yeah,
Mr. Chair, one other thing, another topic. So I would like to get on the agenda at some point in time, sooner than later. I think, I'd like to, see where Peter is on the Elm Street project.
Okay.
I think it's really important for this board to keep a close eye on that, as we have allocated a lot of money towards that project. And, I think, like I said, I'd like to get some feedback from Peter as far as where we're at, timeframes, so that everybody in town knows exactly where we're at.
Yep, exactly. Agreed. That was part of what I was gonna talk to Mike
okay.
about, yeah, but to set some agenda items on that. Okay, perfect. Anything else?
Other than, is this Whittier piece just informational?
Yeah, it's their
The
budget,
budget?
right? Yeah, there's no
Yes.
vote required.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just.
All right.
It's already approved, right, for town meeting. All right, with that, I would like to offer our condolences to the Auburn Police Department on the loss of their officer. You know, on behalf of the town, our condolences go out, and we're thinking of everybody, so, you know, just a tragic, tragic event. With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Jim.